Welcome back to Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. Join us as we venture year-round into the fog.
Make sure you give us a like and a follow on your podcast platform of choice. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube page where we upload every episode in its video format, and maybe a few other surprises as well.
Make sure you're following us on social media to keep up to date with our newest haunted content.
I'm Nick.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Jamie.
Art the Clown wasn't the scariest thing announced today. Nope, that would be the prices of the express passes and the ability or lack thereof to get them. Thankfully, we're a pod of the people. We sit in standby. We dog it. We give you the authentic experience of Halloween Horror Nights from our point of view. Boots on the ground, not really moving because they're in standby. But that's where we're at. So we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, Terrifier getting announced officially today. We have tickets. We have some merch to go over and deadline articles, some comments from Mike and Ramon that sort of give us a little bit of insight onto this house a little bit more in depth. So obviously we can't. I gave the floor to Seamus when we did our Fallout episode. Jamie, I think you just have to open the floor on this one.
How should I start off? What do you want to start off with?
I don't know.
Terrifier?
I don't know. Is this? Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll get into everything in detail, but
The big bad clown got announced today, so it's your thing.
I know.
Lead us off.
I am pretty excited. I don't even know how to start off. Nick, you're gonna have to.
well, just give us your thoughts on Terrifier, and then we'll jump into everything else, I guess.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you just want to go into Terrifier. Perfect.
No. We'll bounce around.
I still can't believe it got announced. I was really excited. These last couple days, I was kind of telling Nick, I was like, man, really don't want to get my hopes up. It doesn't get announced. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I think it might. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. We'll just keep it on the back burner for right now. But it's very exciting. As soon as we were at the merchandise release today at the Five and Dime, Nick and I, we were off today, which was fun. So we got to see all the shenanigans and chaos unfolding right before our eyes as they brought out all the merchandise and everything. The teaser video is really, really cool that they dropped. I can't lie, I teared up a little bit when I watched it, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I mean, we're getting Terrifier, we're getting Art the Clown. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. By the looks of the teaser video and the way the description was for the house, the spell description that we got, it seems like it's going to be mostly based off the second movie, is what I'm assuming. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I do not have a beer tonight. Today was a busy day. Like, we were off,
Yes.
but I've been working a lot leading up to today, and then we went over to Universal for the tickets for that. Came home for a little bit, and then I went to go see Superman, and now we're recording a little bit later. So I didn't have time to get beer, so I just grabbed a little bit of whiskey. So I got some of the brown sauce tonight. Plus, I'm off tomorrow, so
I forgot you're off tomorrow. It's like, wow, getting crazy tonight.
Ow, just a little glass of whiskey. You gotta throw
a little something nice.
2 ice cubes in there should do. That should do the trick. So I guess we should start chronologically. Tickets came out first. They announced Wednesday tickets, like they did some cheeky little comment, oh, brighten your phone to see this. Don't say I never did nothing for you. And it's, fear passes drop tomorrow after 12, which I thought was funny that it said after 12. I was really hoping it was going to 2 p.m. or something technically it's after 12. But no, they dropped it right at 12. And the rumors, I think we talked about it. I don't remember 100% what our stance was, but the express option was in limbo, or at least people thought it was. And now people kind of double down and they're like, oh, well, they shifted plans because of the outrage. And then they added them back, limited amount. It's like, I don't think they care. If they were going to do it, they were going to do it. If not, they're not going to pivot, ticket prices and ticket offerings because people were complaining online. Like, it's just, they were going to release this amount always. But the rumor was kicked around that Express wasn't going to be an option, which I feel like that rumor's kicked around a good amount every year or so. So I didn't, we didn't think too much on it because we don't get it. So it's just, I don't think that deep on that stuff, but I never thought it was completely going to be absolved. Yeah. So
no, you're right. I think it was a rumor that I think kind of got started that, after I think last year and some of the, I don't want to say complaints, but some of the talk after the event was that, maybe there was too many people using Express, or they needed to do something about Express to make Express more premium. I don't think part of that was taking it completely away from the frequent fear pass holders. They probably limited it a little bit because I feel like it sold out quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they were gone, within an hour, I think, hour and a half.
I think within an hour they were done with like all of them, but by 30 minutes in, they were out of the ultimate.
Right. By the time you sent us a message or whatever, and like tickets are dropped, I got my ticket or whatever, I went and tried to get onto the website to get my own. And by that point, that was about an hour or so after they dropped, it said that all the frequent fear pass with Express was sold out. So they didn't last forever. So they probably limited the number of people that could get them, but I don't think there was ever a fear of them fully removing the ability to do so. I think my personal opinion is I'm a little bummed. I kind of wanted them to do that because I feel like it really, for the price, it needs to be super limited. And I get why you can't withhold it from frequent fear pass buyers. I totally understand why, but I don't know. I think personally, I feel like if you're buying a frequent fear pass, you don't really need Express, but I guess that's just opinion more than anything.
I think it's so different for various people depending on like what your job is and how far you live. And thankfully, like we're all, I mean, me and Jamie are a lot closer, but the three of us are close enough to the park where
I'm still only 20 minutes from. So like for me, it's an easy drive to and from. It's just,
So if somebody is like a couple hours out or whatever, and they do come out a couple,
I get that.
Get in and out before 9 o'clock and call it a day. I would say I don't think they should get rid of it, but I do. If it's going to be that premium, I can see them continuously, because I think it went up like $110 this year. I could see them keep doing $100 increases just until.
I mean, it's still wildly expensive. I mean, when I just kind of did it to see what the price would have been, and it went from like $300 for the one that I bought to like almost $1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so like $300 to $1,000 just to add Express. For me, that's wildly overpriced. Like I have no desire. I'll wait in lines for that kind of money.
An extra $700 is crazy.
It is. It's a wild.
$500 I could justify, but $700 is pretty. That's a pretty.
It's so expensive. Now, I think Nick makes a good point. I think those that get the frequent fear pass, not necessarily because they plan on going every other week or every week like we do, but hey, I'm only going to be there for 3 or 4 days. I don't want to pay for single night tickets because they don't really do a great deal on like weekend passes or anything like that. So it actually makes sense to just buy a frequent fear pass and then only use it for the 3 or 4 days you're going to be there. So I can see why they would need Express because they want to get through everything.
Yeah.
That's why I also wish that like if they're going to keep the Express for everybody, they really need to come up with some sort of like weekend package deal for people that are coming in for like 2 or 3 nights. Like say if you buy 3 nights, you save 20% or something like that. Having to buy single nights for every night you're going to be there if you don't buy a frequent fear pass can get pricey. So I don't know. And then to ask for another $600-700 on top of that for Express is crazy, but people buy it. That's why it sells out. So I'm just a dude talking. Like obviously they know what they're doing. People are going to buy it. So like my opinion means very little, but I don't know. I just think that's it's crazy money, crazy money just to add, I'm going to get a 20-minute wait rather than an 80-minute wait. Like, I get it. It's a big chunk taken on. I don't know.
And don't get me wrong. I love the convenience of it. I would. But I just can't justify spending that much, especially we were talking about it today too, Nick and I, since we are going to be doing the premium Scream night, kind of makes me feel a little bit better that we'll kind of get to go through those houses quick and stuff. Did we lose Nick?
100%. I think premium Scream will definitely, for us, make it easier because I said it before, like if I can do everything that first night,
Mhm.
the rest of the season will be cake for me. I can just kind of show up, do a house or two,
Yeah.
have a drink, enjoy just enjoy enjoy the vibes.
It will be a joy to be there.
Right, having a joy to be with my friends. Get out of the house. So
Exactly.
yeah. So the premium Scream night, I think, if I had to choose between spending $600-700 on a the Express Pass
The Express,
versus the 370 something whatever it was for the premium Scream night, I'm going to pay for premium Scream night. I think
And
this is a
with
better
food
value there.
being included and stuff is
Correct.
pretty nice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Premium Scream, it just for me to, especially like because the Express, if you add it to your pass, you can do it for each house once a night. Premium Scream, we could go and do like a house like 5 times if it's a 10-minute wait. Like we could just run it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I understand like why they do it, but that's the thing that kind of frustrates me about Express too. Like you could only use it one time per house per night. Like if you're spending that much money, at least let me do like a couple runs through the house. It's not like I get it if they don't want people doing like back-to-back runs of houses, but it's not like they would still have to go back in line. So I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, it's I don't like. I don't like. I think there does need to be a revamp of the tickets at some point. I do think that there should be something along the lines where if you want to add Express to your frequent fear, like maybe there's different tiers. Like you could add 5 Express nights or add 10 Express nights, and you have to pre-select your nights. So that way they get a better idea of who's using them on what days. And that way, I don't want to say to do it for a cheaper version, but obviously you can't do a $700 upcharge. Like now, if you got Ultimate Fear or whatever with that, and you're getting the Express add-on, that's 40 something nights of Express. Yeah. Obviously, it's not going to be $700 for 5 nights of Express, but if it's like, say, it's like a $300 upcharge for 5 to 10 nights of Express, and you have to pre-select them with maybe certain days blocked out, like no opening weekend or something like that. I think that that's a fun way to kind of meet people in the middle. So it's like, we're not going to get rid of your frequent fear Express completely, but you're not going to be able to just come for 40 nights in a row and just, totally take advantage of that. So we'll see. I do think we are on the cusp of something changing, but I don't think they're going to eliminate the ability to get Express, in a multi-night form. I don't think they're ever going to be like, hey, the only way to get Express is single night tickets. I think they'll do bundles or something like that. But as far as tickets go, we jumped in right at 12. We got in. We were at the 5 and Dime. I went to buy them in person first off because I had gift cards which I left at home. So I didn't get to use my gift cards. But I guess buying it in person, the guy did tell me that it was pricier than just getting it through the app.
Yeah.
So it saved me a little bit. So the prices of these tickets. So the Rush of Fear is back. That is the, I believe, first 18 days. And that was $199.99. And if you wanted to add Express to that, it would bring your pass up to $689.99. So a pretty steep jump right there of about almost $500, which is wild for just a September pass, essentially. The Frequent Fear Pass, which is 30 nights, and we don't have to go into all the different dates of these, but typically, I didn't jump into this, the Frequent Fear Pass is your Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday options, and that was $249.99. With Express, it brings it up to $839.99. The Frequent Fear Plus, which is the one that we usually get, is 40 days. That is typically your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, with opening and closing Saturday included. And that is $299.99. And if you added Express, it is $949.99. That's before tax. So with taxes, you're looking at right around $1,000. And the Ultimate, that is every single night of Halloween Horror Nights. That is $419.99. With Express, almost $1,200. $1,199.99. With taxes, it's over $1,200. It's
like almost my rent for the month. A little bit more.
but that's the prices for. Did it just end? Oh no. Okay, so those are the prices for this year.
Did I cut out for? I thought one of us cut
No,
out for a second.
he definitely. I don't know if it was. It may have still recorded what you were saying, but
Yeah, it's going in.
It definitely.
Okay, I thought it was
Yep,
me.
yep. So those are the tickets for this year. Like I said, we got the Frequent Fear Plus. I might boost it to the Ultimate at some point, just because I'm off on every Sunday. So if I want to sneak over at Saturday night at like midnight or whatever and just do a couple hours, like maybe. But also my birthday's on a Saturday and I might want to be there, so we'll see. But it's the big chunk of it is already paid off on at this point. So that's that. So like Seamus said, express passes did sell out. So if you were going to get those, hopefully you did. Those dropped at 12, and then we didn't get the immediate house announcement, which we kind of, I was on the fence on. I didn't know if it would be immediately, like bang, bang. But they did wait until about 12:34 when, of course, their social medias were all in like different time frames. I think the first to pop up again was YouTube. So we got the little Terrifier film, the little video that they've been doing for all of them, that typical conservatory, and you're in a room with Terrifier playing on the TV or clips of it. But if you look around the room, there's a lot of cool little Easter eggs. On the wall, there is an Amazon Cannibals from Planet Hell poster. There is a box of Art Krispies. You have the little banjo, which I think is what the girl plays when she does the Clown Cafe song. I could be wrong, but I believe that's what she uses.
Yes,
there's a Terrifier poster. There are little Daisy sunglasses on the nightstand. There's 2 or 3 other posters of Art the Clown, and then there's other stuff on the bed, which I can't really make out. They might just be various weapons. But you also have little Christmas lights, or what looks to be Christmas lights, and those seem to be in the shape and color of poinsettias. So we're on the trend of the flower code names making their way into each of these IP announcements, giving us an idea of where they are. So we got that little announcement that came out. I say little as if we're just pushing it to the side, but the little teaser trailer for the big announcement. Seamus, I'm assuming you might not have watched it.
The video?
Yeah.
Of course I didn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it after this. I didn't even know there was a video.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. So there's a handful of little blurbs, but I think on the actual Universal Media site, we get a little bit more insight into what this house is going to entail. So I'm just going to kind of read a couple lines from there. Spewing from creator, writer, director Damien Leone and producer Phil Falcone, alongside Dark Age Cinema Productions, Terrifier introduced a new slasher film series to the cinematic world. So that was pretty much going into the franchise and stuff like that. During Halloween Horror Nights, guests will experience an unfathomable level of gore as they try to escape becoming Art the Clown's next victim. Terrifier is a grisly haunted house oozing with a new sense of terror that takes guests into Art the Clown's gruesome funhouse, which appeared in Terrifier 2. Guests will be overwhelmed by the sights and sounds, smells, and dread of Art's grotesque kills, gleefully displayed for all to see. As fans make their way through the claustrophobic corridors, they will encounter familiar faces, including Vicky and the little pale girl, and witness iconic kills from the franchise. Chaos reigns at the Clown Cafe, terror festers in a revolting bathroom, and holiday cheer turns deadly into a Christmas nightmare. Guests must escape Art's twisted world or become his next gruesome display. A lot to unpack there.
So I stand corrected. It looks like they might go into the third one a little bit too.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bounce around a little bit.
Interesting.
So that's fun. So we watched Terrifier 2 last night, or finished it.
Yeah.
I had started it earlier, so you caught the second half, and we kind of were under the assumption that I think Terrifier 2 is going to sort of take the majority of this house, being that Terrifier 1 is, I don't want to say it's not outside of the other two and 3, but it does have a very different vibe, because we are in Terrifier 2 introduced to Sienna, who is our kind of main arch rival to Art the Clown. So we're introduced to this whole storyline of her and her family, and that continues into 3. So I figured we'd get a lot of scenic and kills from that movie, and I still feel that way. I think we'll get a little bit of the stuff from 3, but it does seem like it's more of a mashup-y kind of thing at this point. Is that Seamus? How much have you watched? Have you seen the third one yet?
No, I've only watched the first 2.
I was gonna say I could share it, but I literally only have it on on VHS.
Did we not buy? No, I got it for my dad.
I'll figure it out. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably gonna have to watch it now that that it's been announced as a house. So obviously I'll have to go back and rewatch all 3 of them. I tried to watch All Hallows Eve, but I just can't get past how bad it is.
It's not good.
So
All Hallows Eve is scary.
It has nothing to do with being scary or not. It's just a bad movie.
I like it. You guys know I like crappy movies.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
hey, look, I'm not judging you at all. I'm just telling you, I have a hard time getting past bad acting, and if it's got bad acting in it, I won't bother watching it.
That's fair.
It's just because I'm a snob. I'm a big movie snob. So, and the thing is like, not to say that I'm like I'm not the busiest person in the world, but like if you can't hold my attention, I've got too many other things that I could do that doesn't mean struggle to get through the rest of this movie. But I will have to watch the third one because I did like the first one. I thought the first one was, out of the first 2, I thought the first one was the better one, but I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
I'll probably just buy it digitally, just to have it on my Vudu account, because I have Terrifier 2 on there, so I might as well just have it in the same place. I hate that you
buy it digitally. I could just buy the DVD or Blu-ray.
We could. Yeah, no, we definitely could, but I could buy it right now and watch it in a matter of seconds.
Physical media, Jamie, come on.
I like physical media.
We're so past physical media.
I mean, I have over 500 or 600 or 700 DVDs, so it's not like I'm against physical media. It's just...
Yeah, in little plastic slips.
It's kind of convenience at this point. But no, it's, All Hallows Eve. I mean, we talked about it on Shutter Sundays a little bit, but it was kind of a mix match hodgepodge Frankenstein of a movie. It was clearly like 3 just short films mashed together and tried to tie it together. It was a good inner working. It's fun to go back and watch it now to see where they started from and where they are now. In that sense, it's pretty cool. But as a whole, it's 3 short films pushed together, with Art the Clown kind of a connective thread.
Tissue.
Barely. Yeah. But yeah, Terrifier 3 was fun. It's just my problem with these movies, 2 and 3 in particular, they're about 30 minutes too long.
They are long.
On both of them, because 2 and 3 introduce storyline, which Terrifier 1 doesn't really have, but it's fine because it's short. But they try to introduce the storylines that are just still pretty basic in a sense, but just way too extended. I'm going to go into them in depth on my HHN homework video. I need to actually take notes on these things a little bit more before I can give like my clear, full thoughts on the Terrifier franchise. But for me, just right now without notes, they're a little longer than they need to be. The kills, everyone talks about the kills, but what kills me in these kills is that the scenes are stretched out so much that once I'm there for like 30 seconds, it's no longer like this intensity scare. It's not like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. It's like, no, I can, because he's like ripping this girl's, in 2, right? He like snaps her arm, and then he rips her hand in half, and then he pulls her face off, and then he scalps her. It's like, okay, dude, like I get it.
As much as I love Terrifier and Art the Clown, his kills are too long. And the one thing that drives me nuts, Nick knows this because after watching it last night, there's just no possible way these people would still be alive, and they keep them going for so long. And I'm like, oh my God, she's got no fucking scalp or brain showing. Like, there's no way she's still alive.
Her teeth are showing, and then she's like, Mom.
Oh my God.
Like, okay,
and I'm like, there's no way she'd be able to speak right now, or let alone be alive.
Yeah, I'm not I can't say that I am a diehard art fan. Like I respect the movies, and I respect Leone for what he was going for and what he accomplished effects wise. But it's clearly a movie made by an effects guy. Like, a lot of these movies are just, guys that have been doing, gore effects or just movie effects in general, and they want to try their hand at making a movie, and they do what they know best, which is effects. And so he's going to focus most of his effort on showing you all the crazy, bloody, gory, nasty shit that he can come up with. And it kind of leaves the movie lacking in a way, leaves all of them lacking. It's just the one saving grace for me about him as a character is I love the fact that he, one, doesn't speak, but unlike Jason, as an example, who is kind of just a hulking maniac behind a mask, Art still acts. And David Howard Thornton really brings that character to life. I mean, if it wasn't for him being such a good physical actor, that movie wouldn't really be as good as I don't think it's as well remembered. I think obviously there are those out there that watch it just because they want to see as much splatter effects as that can be put on screen. And I think there's a place for that. So like, I'm fine if you're that type of person that I watch these movies just to see gore. All right, whatever. You can they exist for that reason. I mean, there's a reason why Hostel was made, and there was like 6 Hostel sequels or whatever the hell it was, because people want to just watch other people get dismembered, and that's totally fine. But I think the thing about Terrifier is, for me anyways, I think it's Art that basically carries those movies, regardless of what he does to people in them. So I think that's why The House will work, is because we're going to get a lot of Art in it, even if they don't necessarily go as hard as the movies do.
Yeah, that's his emotion that he still portrays without saying anything. Like when he gets like stabbed or shot or whatever, he still does, like, you can tell he's in pain. He's just like,
but he like minds it. Yeah,
but he doesn't say anything still.
Right. So he really kind of comes off as like a living cartoon in a way. Like he looks like a cartoon character, even though he's an actual human. And that helps with the prosthetics. I mean, the prosthetics definitely have a point to play. But it's still his ability to just use his face and his facial emotion, his facial emote, really brings life to that character. And it's not just a faceless killing machine like you get with Michael or Jason.
Yeah. No. And I do like, there are times where I do enjoy how fucking petty and like dumb he is when he does like all these kills. Like he kills this one girl and he like leaves and he comes back with like salt and bleach. It's like, dude, why? You had to? Why?
That was
and
the
then
one
not
I was
only
talking
that,
about.
like,
she stayed alive the whole entire time. I'm like,
and then he
come on
waits
now.
for her mom to come home. He's just like waving at her. He's like, look what I did. Look. And it's like, dude, get out. Like,
he's
go
always very
away.
proud of his work.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a fun part of it. Whereas like, I don't think this is gonna be scary, The House. It's gonna be more funny and gory because it's gonna be Art showing off of his kills. Like I feel like his scares are gonna be him like pointing and jumping up and down at like pointing towards this like giant grotesque just murder scene.
I agree.
So I'm curious to see how it plays out, but we'll get into Terrifier more in that Horror Nights homework video that I'll do. But I guess my final thoughts on the franchise as a whole is, at least with 2 and 3, the parts that don't work for me it's not fully defined. Like there's a lot of, is this a dream? Is this real? It almost dips into fantasy a little bit because of the whole sword, and like it's influenced by Conan the Barbarian, where it's like, oh, the sword gives her powers and like brings her back to life, and like there's just a lot that doesn't necessarily get ironed out. And the timeline always fucks with me. Jamie has to explain it to me all the time. I always get thrown off by the, because like 1 is like a year after, and then it goes to the current events, and then 2 is like another year. I don't know. I gotta sit down and like write it out, like what happens when.
The fact that the movie even has a timeline to begin with is silly, but
it should just be right. Like it should just go Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's so much lore that I just don't know that like it probably puts like the FNAF lore to shame.
Yeah, right. Just hidden.
And that has a massive internet lore community. So I don't know.
I'm not looking forward to that Horror Nights homework video, just because that one is like the deepest one that I'll have to do, and it's the least knowledgeable on my behalf that I like with any of these IPs. You know, Friday and Terrifier, like I have the groundwork for it. Fallout, I've seen the show, but FNAF is like I saw the movie, and that's barely scraping the surface of what Five Nights actually is.
Right.
So, alongside the Terrifier announcement, we did get merch. Merch got rolled out right in front of us. We saw the people just attack it like it was Black Friday.
Absolutely
And
feral. I was like, I'm just gonna hang out back here by the
yeah, I
creature
got my
stuff.
picks. I went to the back and just watched everyone fight for it, but nothing too crazy. The key art is pretty cool. The one that they put in the frame. It's what's
It
on
is.
the T-shirt, but I don't like the T-shirt itself. But it is an Art the Clown kind of illustration of him covered in blood. It also, which is pretty cool, good for Damien Leone. It doesn't just say Terrifier; it says Damien Leone's Terrifier. Like he got his name on the merch in those rights. So
Of course
good
he
for
did.
him. Good for him, and he brought nothing into something. Right, this franchise is one of the most profitable. It was made for nothing. It truly was a crowdfunding thing. That's how they made Terrifier 2. This was an Indiegogo campaign that I think they were asking for 20,000, and within 24 hours they were at like 50,000. Like
Yeah.
this was really. It only got to be where it is because of the fans, which is really cool, and the fact that it not only got to that, but it got to be a wide release as an unrated film is insane. And now we're talking about it for Halloween Horror Nights. Is just it's sitting on a plaque alongside Jason Voorhees in Fallout. Like that's fucking huge.
Yeah.
But so we have the shirt, which is that same design. It's kind of it's a ringer shirt, so it's got the white collar and the white sleeve outlines. I personally am not a fan of the shirt. Jamie, what did you think? And then Seamus, I'll send you the pictures so you can see what we're talking about.
I mean, I don't hate it. It's very simple. I probably won't be getting it just because I know when the rest of the merch comes out for the event, there's probably going to be many other things that I'd like to get, so I don't want to go all in right now getting all these releases. But I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't have a Terrifier candle. That's what I was kind of looking forward to that. I was like, ooh, maybe I'll get a little candle today if I do get anything. But the design is cool. The art face is cool on the front. The blood is kind of like the puff paint blood, so it's got that kind of like sheen to it. I do like the style of the ringer tee, but like I said, I just probably won't be picking this one up. The design though, Art's face on it looks like the one from All Hallows Eve in the segment where with the painting
Yes. Yep.
in the alien. Yeah, so I do like that.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the shirt. Seamus, did you see the picture?
Yeah, I don't hate it.
it's
It's
fine.
weird. It's not,
Very
which
simple.
I guess is for me. It's better. I don't like when they just give us merch and it's just like a picture from the movie slapped on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So I don't fault them for trying something different. So it looks a little more artist based, more paint. It looks almost like a painted picture rather than just a picture of his face, which is nice. So I don't hate it. I mean, I'm not wild about it. I probably won't get it, but I do like. I will say this: they need to give us more shirts with a unique collar.
Something different. Yeah.
Like I like that it's white, the white collar, the white trim. That is cool. Like it's not just another black T-shirt with a picture on it.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But other than that, yeah, I'm not super wild about it, but I don't hate it either.
I think
I'm kind of
the
like indifferent.
Yeah, I think the imagery works better as like wall art. I don't think it's a good
Yeah.
T-shirt
Yeah, I could see that.
design. I think it's a really cool image, but I don't think it's made for a T-shirt just based off of like the Terrifier being in like the bottom left or right. Like it's
Yeah.
not centered.
Yeah.
It throws me off. It's not really symmetrical, and it just has like the Art the Clown kind of on mostly the middle, but sort of on the side because you have to make room for the logo. So it's fine. Like I said, I think it's a great. Yeah, I think it would make a great poster, which it does on the little image that they put in the frame. So on top of that, we also got our third little piece of that acrylic Horror Nights decor sign that we have going. So you have Walton Goggins, you have Jason Voorhees, and now in the top right corner, you have Art the Clown, all bloody with the horn. I think that looks really cool. I still don't have one. If I can go and I know for sure that they have the Fallout and the Jason pieces, I might pick one up. But if I don't know that for certain, I'm not gonna get it now and be like, oh well, I got 3 out of the 5 pieces. Like that would be silly. But that's a really cool thing. It's kind of like a little HHN advent calendar. I hope I hope they keep this trend. I mean, this is something that can sell every year. You could put this plaque up next to the one from last year and the one from the year before, and it's a fun little addition to have on those drop days. So I like that. And then they also released a little bag, I think it was, just a drawstring. Yeah, a little drawstring bag with the design, same thing as the shirt, which I think it looks better on the bag as well. I don't know. I didn't pick up any of these, but the bag itself was $35. So I think it's similar to the shirt price.
Drives me nuts. First of all, I haven't used a drawstring backpack since I was probably in like 7th grade. Secondly, a $35 drawstring backpack, that's kind of crazy. I do like the design better on the bag, but then again, I'm like, I don't know, man. Not a big fan of the drawstring.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It does have an extra zipper on it, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, none of these items were like must-haves for me. And I do think we're going to get a lot of really cool Terrifier merch once the year gets going. This is just the preview merch. So I'm never like, I need to have the preview merch. I got the Jason shirt because that one was really cool. And we had the whole debate of back design versus front design, which I like the back design stuff. But
I like the back design.
It is what it is. But so on top of that, there was also a Deadline article that came out, pretty shortly after, but it also gave a similar insights. I guess I don't really need to. Yeah, no, I don't need to read through that because that was pretty much everything I mentioned before in that little press release. But other people that had some comments on it, Ramon, who was he put a little post out on this. He was actually the show director and writer for this house. So that's pretty cool. He worked on 2 art houses, El Artista and Art the Clown. But he did make a couple comments in there that were really cool. He said, no punches were pulled, no corners were cut. Prepare to witness the goriest experience in HHN history. Bring your ponchos, bring your barf bags, and be on alert for the Miles County Clown. So
do you think we get like 4D effect type thing? Like we get sprayed with blood and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so too, because we also had a message from Mike Aiello on either Twitter or Threads or something like that. Pretty much the same thing, saying probably the goriest house we've done in a long time, a finale that may require a poncho.
All I gotta say is our homies better not be hyping this up. I better see it.
So
I'm ready.
I don't know exactly what the finale could be, but it does seem like we're going to get, like Seamus said, those 4D effects. Like it's going to be sprayed water. Like, I mean, you thought walking underneath that barfing guy in Insidious was bad. I think this is going to be cool.
I think it's going to be Sienna. The final scene is going to be Sienna cutting Art's head off like in Terrifier 2, and it's going to go everywhere.
That or what about Terrifier 3 when they have the whole bloodbath in the not Christmas morning, but the in the house.
Yeah, could do that too. Could do that too.
Like that.
Yep. I haven't, honestly, I don't think I've seen Terrifier 3 since we saw it in the theaters.
In theaters, yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither. I wouldn't have had any other way to watch it. But yeah, I think we're going to get a little tidbit of information for everybody. If you are thinking you're going to get wet, all you have to do is look at the floor. When you're on top of like this like plastic grated floor, that's where there's a water effect. They do that so that the way there's no slipping and stuff like that. So you can prepare yourself with that. So if you're walking in the house and you notice that the texture on the floor is a little bit differently and it's kind of like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a plastic gridwork floor. That's when that water effect is going to come into play. So,
yeah, this whole house is probably going to just be that same flooring.
I would
probably going to walk in and it's just going to be nothing but water flooring.
I think so too. So I'm excited to see how much they're gonna push that effect. Like if they do it, like you said, through this whole house, like that's just
God, I'm
wild.
so excited.
I like if they actually do like a full on wet house, like
Right?
just insane.
They just hand you
Like-
ponchos before you go in.
Like a scene where like Art just has like a bucket of blood and he like throws it towards you. It's just all water, just fucking people coming out like they just got off of like the Cali River Rapids at Animal Kingdom, just drenched, or Popeyes. Like,
Popeyes.
they got the what do they got? What do they call those things when you go into them to dry off?
Oh, the big fan things. Yes.
Yeah, they put those outside the house.
The accelerator or whatever the heck they're called.
That would be so sick. But yeah, so those comments from both Mike and Ramon do get a lot of stuff working in my head, where now when I go for my rewatch, I'm going to be like, okay, this has got to be in the house. This has got to be part of that. This is part of that. It's, it's really, really fun.
That's always the fun thing to do with IPs, is trying to match up what scenes you think might be in the house or whatever. I like doing that too.
I think we can all agree on what we think the front of this house, the facade's going to be. I don't think there's any other answer.
The Terrifier, the Funhouse?
I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Because there's really nothing else like iconic imagery wise and setting wise. These kills
True.
take place in rooms and
Unless
stuff like
they
that.
do a big kind of industrial style outside facade, like how they did for Major Suites, because the first one takes place mostly in that warehouse style setting, I guess.
I mean, you could. I just don't think it's as
The Funhouse would be much
iconic.
cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has the name there too, so it's like, I think that's really the only way to go, personally. But yeah, so that's it. That's our tickets and Terrifier talk. We're gonna go a little bit more in depth. Obviously, these are sort of just our instant reactions. We'll have more thought out stuff as we kind of go down the road. We are quickly approaching our 1 week until HHN Podathon, where we give you a lot of insight on stuff. So as we go through these next couple of weeks, we're going to kind of give our initial thoughts, and we'll polish everything off at the end. But what do we think is next? Do we think we get an announcement next week?
Only one left, right? So
Kind of. Like, what, 1.5? Just because
I guess they haven't announced Freddy yet.
Yeah, no merch, no
I should
teaser
say,
video.
sorry, FNAF, not Freddy.
Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious if we're in that stretch where it's one a week now, but we are closely approaching the end of July. I think they want everything announced at least by the first week of August,
That's
if
what I
not.
think too.
So I do think we're kind of in the home stretch now. It's already, July 10th when we're recording it, but July 11th. So if you do one next week, you do one the week after, you're now in that first week of August, essentially. So we're going to get these next ones soon. We also have to have the scare zones dropped, which I don't know if they're going to do like an original dump or if they're going to put them out like they did last year, or like the originals with the houses. They do like one a day, which is kind of cool, but like the scare zones, whatever. It's just a little blurb. Like just put them out at this point for me. I don't really mind either way. But yeah, I'd be curious. I think we might have to talk about something next week. I think we'll have another little announcement. If I'm not, we're just looking at the clock, looking at the calendar. There's not much time left. So that's all we got going on. Like I mentioned, the Halloween Horror Nights homework videos, those are out right now. 2 of them, Fallout and Friday the 13th. I will work on this Terrifier one on my off time and kind of get that out shortly. Shutter Sundays, we just did Cujo last week. And this week, I think we're going into Prom Night. We still have to give that a watch with the old school Jamie Lee Curtis. We hit 5,000 followers on Instagram. That was cool.
We did. That was very cool.
I feel like it
Thank
kind of
you
got
to
lost in the
everyone.
shuffle of the announcements. Like we were going to do this big post, and then I was like, oh, I got sidetracked, and then we had all the tickets and the announcements. And so we're going to get to that. Maybe by the time you're hearing this on Friday, we're going to put out our post about a little giveaway. We're going to do a 5,000 person giveaway or whatever, just to say thank you to everyone that follows along and to those that may follow along after that. And our t-shirts for the year. We have shirts. They are Not available yet. They will be available shortly. We just got in our trials, our test ones. We will do what we did last year. We're going to go grab some pictures with them. And I'm not sure which week yet, but they will be released, or not released, but they will be unveiled one at a time. And then they will all go on sale on the same day. I'm going to try to line that up on a weekend that TeePublic is running a sale. So that way you can get them for a little bit cheaper. Again, these t-shirts, we don't make a crazy amount of money. We get like $2 a shirt. But if you like them, buy them. I try to do it when they're on sale, so that way you're not breaking your bank. But I like these designs this year. I really do. I think they're fun. I think we get to play with some cool stuff. And I guess that's all I'll say for that at this point. But anybody else, any final thoughts on tickets, Terrifier, 5,000 followers, t-shirts? Any final thoughts?
Excited for Terrifier. Happy we all secured our tickets. And thanks everyone for 5,000 followers. A big deal for us. Us three amigos.
But that about wraps us up, I think. So until next time, this is Nick.
This is Seamus.
And this is a very tired Jamie.
Happy haunts. Thank you for listening to another episode of Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on whatever streaming platform you are listening to us on. You can find us on all of our socials at Fear and Beer Pod.